Good morning, Oak Grove upper fourth graders. Today is Wednesday, May the 6th, and this is Miss Case coming to you. We're starting a new unit for the next 5 days, and it's on measurement. First, you'll have your spiral review like you always do, and then you're going to have these reference charts that you're probably going to need to refer to every day. So, we did a little bit of this before we left for spring break during bell work. We talked about length, weight, capacity, and time you've been talking about for years now. But let's just review. We're talking about 12 inches are in a foot, 36 inches is in 1 yard, 3 feet is in a yard, and 5,280 feet is in a mile. 16 ounces are in 1 pound, and 2,000 pounds is in a ton. Capacity is when you're measuring like liquids or things often when you're in the kitchen. So 1 cup is 8 fluid ounces, a pint is 2 cups, a quart is 2 pints, a gallon is 4 quarts. And then you have time, 60 seconds in a minute, 60 minutes in an hour, 24 hours in a day, 7 days a week, 52 weeks in a year, 365 days in a year. Then we included maybe just if you don't have measuring cups or rulers, that you can use things around your house to tell you how close things are. A fluid ounce is about like a spoonful of something. A cup would be like getting a cafeteria milk carton. A pint, maybe you have a small carton of ice cream or sour cream, or even like a large container of yogurt would be a pint. Quarts are more like the size that maybe your parents use for coffee creamer or half and half. And then a gallon is you get a big gallon of milk or tea or lemonade. When you're talking about weight, an ounce is about the weight of a strawberry. A pound would be heavier, so like the weight of a pineapple. And then a ton is the weight of a small car. So that's just a reference point for you to refer to. And you, like I said, you might need to go to this every day just to remember. This one is length. And so let me zoom out a little bit. So if you don't have a ruler, you can think about an inch from your middle knuckle to that first knuckle, or a paper clip, or a Unifix cube, which we have at school. When you think about a foot, which is 12 inches, which is the size of a ruler, you could think about your binder from top to bottom, the front edge of your laptop, or from your elbow to the tips of your fingers. And then a yard is 3 feet, which would be 3 ruler lengths, which is like the length of a baseball bat, or maybe from one side of your refrigerator to the other. So again, another reference chart for you to look at. Today's activity is called Measure Around the House. And it says to find items around your house that you could measure, either their length, their width, their weight, or their capacity. And it says hint, look in the kitchen, lots of things for capacity and weight there. It gives you an example. You could go get a pillow and measure that in inches. You could weigh a suitcase and see how many pounds it is. And you could look at an orange juice container and see how many pints it is. So let me just show you some things that I have around my house. So here is the ruler that I have that again is 12 inches that I can use to measure things with. You might also have a tape measure, which can go, there's 1 foot, but it can go all the way up to, yards and many yards. So that's another good measuring device. Of course, for time, you're going to have your watch, which will help tell time. So what you're going to do is if you have, a scale, and if you have a ruler, you can go around and you can measure some things. So like, for example, everybody has a phone. You could measure your phone and say, okay, my phone is almost 6.5 inches long by a little more than 3 inches wide. And you could write that down. One thing I did was I went into my kitchen and I found this container of sugar. And if you look at the bottom here, it says that it's 64 ounces, which is 4 pounds. So you could write that down. So spend some time today going around your house looking for things to measure. You could get a measuring cup, pour some beans in there, or water even, and just play around with measuring length, weight, and capacity. Have a good day.